Welcome back. We're looking at listening and speaking, and our focus in this segment is prepared reading aloud. What is the purpose of this task? You are there to share a text written by yourself or by somebody else and to entertain. What must you do? You must read fluently, which is without stumbling, and attentively, paying attention to what you're doing according to purpose and task. You must pronounce words without distorting the meaning. Distorting is making the meaning unclear for the person who is listening. And you must make your meaning clear through tone, voice projection, that's your volume, loud or soft, pace, eye contact, posture, and facial expression. Suitable text for reading aloud, a text which gives viewpoints in support of an argument. So start to look for texts that you might be asked to use in a task like this. You can find something from a newspaper or a magazine, possibly the editorial page of a newspaper. A passage from a set work, a poem, a script of a drama, a dialogue, a text from the internet. So start getting together suitable passages. The length of the text must be 2 to 3 minutes in reading it aloud. So time yourself. And what should you focus on? Expression, tone, pauses, pace, that's fast or slow, eye contact, looking at your audience, pronunciation, facial expression, voice projection, and timing. The length is important. I want to look now at how you prepare a text for reading. So here I've given you the text that we've already read. You would say to yourself, well, I'm reading possibly a slightly older person here, so I need maybe to sound a little older. I need to start with some sort of expression. What's this person feeling? Eish ayanda. Frustrated maybe, or I don't understand young people, that kind of tone. Teenagers are too attached to their cell phones. Notice you're going to focus on teenagers, attached, and cell phones. They never put them down or turn them off. Notice again what you're doing here. Maybe you want to put a little arrow to show that your voice is going up. They're either texting their friends, there's a pause, or listening to music, pause while the person thinks about it and says, which will make them deaf. So maybe you want to mark that off with an emphasis on deaf because they turn the volume too high. And again, you're going to mark the text so that you, when you are practicing it, can remember the ideas that you had in order to read that effectively. We're paying attention to expression, that's the feeling in the voice. To pauses, where do I stop? To phrasing, you don't read it, eish, ayanda. Teenagers are too attached to their cell phones. You've got to have the right flow and the right pauses. So you need to practice that. And pause in the right place is good. Pause in the wrong place means that the person listening can't really understand what you're saying. You might want to mark places where your voice goes up or your voice goes down. And you're going to mark your passage. So that's how to prepare a text, is actually mark it on the page. And they text too much. Again, you're going to emphasize the too much. This is bad for them. Notice you aren't going to go, this is bad for them. You're going to speed up a little, but you want to emphasize the word bad. This is bad for them. So the for them can be quite quick because your hearer will be able to hear it, but you're emphasizing bad because they do not learn to use language correctly. Notice I've slowed right down here. So you're going to say to yourself, maybe a bit quicker. Maybe you want to do a little line like that to indicate quicker, and then maybe a dotted line, something like that, to show I must emphasize each of those words. Then, you've gone quite slowly, so now they shorten every word they can. Again, the pause there with the full stop, the pause there with the full stop, but you want to go slightly quicker. So, pace. You cannot read a passage at the same pace all the way through, even though you are fluent and are not stumbling. Do you hear? You've got to speed up, slow down. But you cannot go so fast that people cannot hear you, because then you've lost your audience. Let's look at the next sentence. They use numbers instead of letters. We're going to emphasize the two words that contrast. They never punctuate. Look at that exclamation mark. You're wanting to show shock or surprise. And this is a bad thing and will have a very bad effect on their schoolwork. Notice again your pace, your pausing, your emphasis. Do not take a passage that you think would be good, maybe read it through once, and then go into class to give your prepared reading. Prepare your passage, spend time thinking about feeling and mood and attitude, all the things that we've emphasized. Practice it.